This is my July add-on for my Insiders Club. I've made some major changes, and I want you to delete the other files that you have, my other files, if you haven't done that yet. But anyway, let me show you what I've done. What I've done primarily is I have grouped everything under my name so you can just open it up and then you can go into the subfolders. Now, I made a mistake last time by putting these categories on the main menu, and I've rectified that by putting them down here under category scans. And you can see that there are several of them. I've got 24 categories, and I've added a couple of notable ones. And let me bring up my arrow here and show you that I've added, well, it's not an arrow, but that'll work. Dollar volume inflow, dollar volume out, and then I've added a squeeze and breakout bullish. This is only long side because I haven't put any squeeze or breakdown in there. I can add that later if there's a request. But since everybody that I know who is a member of the Insider Club primarily trades the long side, I didn't do that. Now, all of these other categories have been in there. There may be some modification, but I don't expect anybody to use all of these, but they're in here. You can make a choice. You can use what you want, but I just wanted to give you ultimate flexibility. Now, let me go through a couple of these things. I'm going to start down here with dollar volume inflow, and you can see there are several categories here. And the way I've set this up is, if you look over here on the left hand side, this is the designer, and these are user smart groups. And I did that so I could limit the number of stocks that are in these individual user smart groups. For example, a dollar volume 1 day flow has, well, let me take the filter off here, 100 securities. These all have 100 securities in them. I just am concerned with the top number. Now, getting down to the ETFs, I only have 50 in here. And these are the most liquid stocks based upon a dollar volume 1 day flow. So let me start there. I'll just go down to dollar volume. And this category is number 20. Dollar volume inflow. Get this out of the way. I'll make this full screen. You can see there are 100 here. And the way the filter is set up, it accesses the user smart groups, which cuts the number off at 100. And then the sort is on the dollar volume 1 day flow. So this tells me as of yesterday what the dollar volume flow was, and I can see that the 50-day average volume on Apple is 11 million, or is that 11 billion dollar volume. And a dollar volume is just the price times the number of shares traded, and this is based upon the 50-day moving average. And you can see there was a strong flow yesterday. If I click on this, I put a chart in here, and it's under the volume point of control. Or something else I've done is I've left a blank folder here for you, and you can move that up into the regular file structure, but it should work in there. So you can put your own charts in here, but these are the ones that I'm using the most. So I just put a separate folder in here. And I'm going down here to number 8, which is the dollar volume chart. And you can see yesterday that this was well above the 20-day moving average line. So this is yesterday, this is today. You can see that Apple is moving up today. You can also see that there were volume pocket pivots yesterday, so, and the day before. So strong volume beginning on this day right here, and then it's following through. Now, I think this will be very useful over time because we can see where the money's flowing. Here is an IPO, which is not in a group yet. It had pretty strong money flow yesterday, and here's the money flow today. But you can see this has been all over the place since it came out, got up to around $300. And where is it today? Around $189, so extremely volatile. But this really gives us insight into where the money is flowing. Now, what I did in addition to this, okay, here's the end of day and then here's the intraday. So if you go back to dollar volume, end of day, if you deactivate the combo rank, it will keep these stocks in the same order. And if I click on intraday, you can see nothing move, and we can see which of these stocks are following through. Now here's that circle you can see down 475, but Apple continues to move up today. Now if I re-engage the combo, what it does on the daily is it puts stocks that are moving to the upside near the top of the list based upon an intraday percentage price change and range up. Now I've set these up all the same way going down through here. Now I'm just going to go quickly over these. These are bullish sentiment stocks, 100 stocks, and if you look over here, look under the flag sentiment, it says bullish or neutral. And I decided to put the neutral in there because you'll get stocks like this yesterday, which was neutral, which are showing, generally showing some VPA flags. So now if I click on this, notice how it went from neutral here to today, if it continues, is bullish. So that is bullish sentiment. And then intraday, these are the stocks that are moving up. This Texas Instruments was bullish yesterday. Let's bring up the chart. And you can see that there was an effort to rise. It shows it right here, and it shows it on the chart also. Now moving on, this is the 3 below the 6 intraday. If you look at these columns right here, you can see that the 3 is below the 6, but I can see that net tracker 3 was below the 6 for 2 days. If I bring the stock up, I don't have my crossovers on this chart, but you can see it was a nice pullback, and now it's moving up. So the reason I put this together is I'm looking for stocks that have pulled back. They're still in the top 100 of money flow from yesterday. It shows that there was money flow coming in yesterday. I'm sorry, I'm saying money flow, dollar volume, but look at the dollar volume one-day flow yesterday, 147,752 compared to the 50-day average. So it tells us, looking at the flow, see this spike right here, that money was flowing into this stock, and it had pulled back below the 3-day moving average. Let's here. I'll just bring this up quickly. So you can see it had pulled back, and now it's above it. So what I'm doing is I'm combining money flow here with a pullback. I think this will be a very powerful scan. And here is a 3 crossing the 6 within a 2-day window. So this shows the stocks that had pulled back and are on the move again. 0 is a crossover day yesterday. 1 was the day before. So let's look at Mosaic. Using that 3-6 crossover, you can see that it pulled back and it's moving, and the money flow was showing that it is moving. Not the money flow, I'm sorry. Dollar volume. I was so used to saying money flow. I keep making that mistake. Okay, let's move on here. Top 50 GIR. So these are stocks that show up both in the top 50 and money flow, and you can see how they're doing. This could be in the one-step prospecting scan, but it's in here. Well, this is Dollar volume of stocks with an RS of at least 80. 100 stocks again. So these are high RS stocks that are, I didn't want to do that, continuing to move higher. S&P 1500 stocks. If you want a broad look at the market, use the S&P 1500. Still limited to 100, the top 100 stocks, but it will give you plenty of opportunity. Now, if you want to update these during the day, you can run a complete update, but it has to be a full update, so it takes several minutes to do this. Now, this is something I put in. I don't know if, excuse me, if I'll leave it in or not. Probably will, but it says rebuild intraday applied to industry groups. So let's try that. I'm going to go into my industry groups and click on this under Tools, Rebuild Indexes in Group. Just takes less than a minute to do this. Okay. Now I'm in Industries. I'll click through to here. And this is all of the industries combined, and this is the current information right here, dollar volume going into all industries. But this tells me as of right now, today, the dollar volume on the industry groups. The number 2 group is internet-based services, followed by semiconductors and IT. So I can see, this is current information because I just rebuilt it. So I can see where the dollar flow is today. So if I click on this and let's go back to dollar volume, you can see this is today's bar. There is a pocket pivot bar, and already today, and it's only 10 in the morning, you can see the strong volume coming in to this group. Now the next one, this is the same sort. So I just put number 8A in here so you can change to the industry group and see which of these stocks within that group where the money is flowing. You can see which ones are going up and which ones aren't. So it's a 2-step process, but I think it will be very helpful. Now, I have to go back to all securities when I go to dollar volume ETFs, because with the way the filters are set up, it has to be on all securities. So if I click on dollar volume ETFs, this is yesterday's close, and here they are today. See where the strength is. Regional banking, Russell, biotech, materials, and so on. You can see what's positive and what isn't. Okay, moving on. Those are dollar outflow, and I don't have much in dollar. The outflow, once again, this is, and I need to, I'm sorted on raw combo. This is as of last night. You can see Tesla. It was flowing out yesterday. It looks like it's bouncing back today. And NVIDIA closed down yesterday, but it's bouncing back today. PLTR closed down yesterday, but bouncing back today. So you just put this on intraday, and this is looking for stocks that are still going down, but you can see all of those that are going up. So if you want to see the ones that pulled back yesterday and are going up today, just sort on this. And BBAI is moving up. I bought some of this actually 2 days ago. So Robinhood, this stock will not stop. Riot Platforms. So these are down, but now money is flowing in today. So it's easy to see where it was flowing out yesterday. out of these ETFs. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the ETFs. And this is intraday. You can see which ones where the money is flowing back in today by just sorting on the intraday percent one day change. Now I realize this is a very quick overview of what I've done, but I want to get this out to you so you can play with it and get a feel for it, and we can talk about it. I need to do a live session with everybody. If anybody's interested, that is. Now the other thing that I really want to feature here is the squeeze and breakout bullish VPA flag Keltner squeeze fan up. Now what in the heck is that? Well, if I go to my charts and go to number 9, my most used charts, this is the Keltner. These are the Keltner bands, and there was a squeeze on inside the Bollinger Bands, and you can see that it is touching the inside Bollinger Band now, or the top Bollinger Band, which is inside the Keltner. So this is considered a Keltner breakout. Let's go to the end, and here's the same group, end of day, intraday, and that's with a fan. Those are fanned up. Now this is with that no fan, and look, there's a whole bunch of them here, and here's the intraday version of it. So it just means that there is not a fan if I have my chart up here with moving averages, but it's still breaking out past this top Bollinger Band. For there to be a Keltner squeeze, the Bollinger Bands have to be inside the Keltner channels. Now, I haven't done much work with this, or a lot of work, but somebody mentioned it, so I thought I would put these in. And once again, we need to really discuss these. Now, that's a Keltner squeeze, no fan intraday. Here's a bullish VPA flag with MOBO breakout. Now, what is the MOBO breakout? Well, let's go to the intraday here and bring up a chart. Now, I'm going to go to another charting view. And if you look down here, you can see the MOBO breakout with the Keltner channels, and here's one with the PSAR, the stop and reverse. When you're long, the green dots are down here. When you're short, the red dots up, short or out. But the MOBO breakout, and I'll go to the prior chart. You can see that the bands are squeezed tighter together on the MOBO breakout. They're not a 20-day EMA, they're 10-day EMA. And when a candle closes into that or above this Bollinger Band, the top band, that is a breakout, considered a breakout. Now, this happened the other day with Apple. You can see right here where the breakout occurred. Here's a squeeze, and this is the MOBO breakout. MOBO stands for momentum breakout, I assume. I'm just guessing, but that's logical. So we have the MOBO breakout fan up and intraday, so we know the fan is up on all these. Let's look at CRV Energy. The fan is up and it broke out. So MOBO breakout, no fan. There's 495 of these. With the fan up, there's only 75. So you may not want to waste your time looking at these, but I just put them in there for now. Now, these could be modified in the future, but these are the primary additions to what I already had. But what's nice about this is you can choose what you want to look at and use. Like I said, I don't expect you to use all of these. And there's a lot of different combinations you can use with these scans, where you can apply a scan to a user smart group and so on, but I'm not going to get into that today. This is strictly an introductory video. I wanted to get this out to you. Now, watch the video portion where you delete the files before you install this new version. Thank you for listening, and have a happy 4th of July. I wanted to get this out to you so you could play with it real time, and then on Thursday at least, and then you'll have your whole weekend to also mess with it. Thank you for listening.